Okay, this is my AXON Dollar Tree foam plane. And this one's actually been modified to take a 9-inch prop. What I did was I cut a little notch out. I could probably take a 10-inch prop also. There's a little bit extra room. I also mounted my motor mount on top of this instead of in the inside of it. Give it a little extra clearance. I used the gift card right there. And inside here, I used just a skewer in there to give this some rigidity, and it worked pretty well. Also have another one down there in the inside. When you cut this notch out, you need to put something in to keep your servo wires so that when the plane is inverted, they don't fall down into this notch right here, because then they can be cut by the propeller blade. You'll lose control of the elevator and rudder. Should not be a very good thing, especially right after a roll. And this is just a popsicle stick with some Velcro from these tie wrap things I use a lot. I just hot glued it down there, and then on the underside of the wing I have some more right there, and it keeps it kind of in place and keeps it from sliding in and out or sliding forward and backwards. So that's working pretty good, and gives me an idea where I want to put the wing each time I put it on. And I actually started modifying this one to be a amphibious plane. I ended up putting the nose cone on upside down and sealed it up. Taped it up real good. Everything's all taped up. Also taped up the back here. And covered that with a piece of foam also. So, I haven't tried it yet with the sealed fuselage, but I'm going to try it tomorrow. And then, let's see here. Up front, this is my little compartment, just held down by a rubber band. And there's my battery tray and my ESC to plug in. Let's see. And it provides just enough room to fit a big old hard case 5,000 milliamp 3-cell battery. This is a battery I used to use on like a 4-wheel drive buggy. Okay. So now I just slide this back in. Takes a little doing. I gotta strap it in. Okay, now it's strapped in. Let's see. Just enough room for the thing to shut. Holds it in place real nice. No problem going inverted. Next. This is where I got all my radio gear mounted. Like the AR7000 Spectrum receiver. Okay, this is Velcroed in place. And then on the side in there I've got the GPS antenna mounted perpendicularly to this axis. It goes up and down. And this is where I mount my GoPro camera right here. Get a shot of how that goes again. So GoPro goes right here, just like that. And I have this case I made for it. It just slips over. It's actually easier to put on first. This case, GoPro's in the case. GoPro sticks right there. Strap it down. Just like that. Put this extra piece on here just for a little extra safety. Okay. And you still have access to all your buttons. Start your recording. Stop it. I'm beeping just because I don't have a radio on right now. Turn that on. Now you can't even see it. To the fuel. Take the GoPro off. And I opted to use the rubber band method instead of gluing the wing on so I could take it in cars. Put your little receiver in there. Carrying all this extra weight, the wings were flexing quite a bit with just one dowel rod in there, 1/3/8 dowel rod, so I added a second one. There was one in the center in between these two forming pieces of foam. I added one up here and just slid it in there. Fit pretty perfectly. My servo is all tucked inside the wing with a piece of tape and paper over them to hide them a little bit. Got the credit card, servo horns, or whatever you call them, using the metal clevises. This rod actually bent, so I hot glued some skewers to it and stuff just to get back out. There's a cleaner one. A little bit of tape to some orientation. Yeah, I'm planning on putting some water bottles on the ends of the wings right here with the cap facing towards us. Give it some wing floats so I can try to use it as an amphibious plane, amphibious FPV plane. So yeah, that is my AXON. Yeah, one more thing. When I cut this notch in here to stiffen up this part of the fuselage right here, I added about maybe 1.5 foot dowel rod that intersects this notch right here, just to stiffen it up some more, and I put like a tongue depressor in the middle also. See on the side of the vertical stabilizer, there's like a stick there. It's just a skewer to give it some rigidity back there. Elevators are So yeah, and this whole plane only cost about $4 to build the body plus the electronics, and it flies really well. It's pretty aerobatic. With that 5,000 milliamp battery, it lasts 30-45 minutes depending on how you fly. It's a pretty quick plane, easy to build, cheap, flies really well. You can get plans from Experimental Airlines on YouTube. Just search AXON foam, it'll come up. Okay, there you go.